Hello and welcome to a Dead with Dave Halloween special. Yep, that's right. I'm doing a Halloween special. I don't really know why I'm calling it a Halloween special. I only talk about Halloween or haunt-related topics anyway. Yet today, I feel like doing a special show on Halloween and haunt-related topics. But believe me, it's going to make total sense once we get into it. Today we're going to have some fun and talk about the Halloween season itself and the things that make Halloween special to me, besides home haunting. We talk about home haunting all the time here on the show, and there is so much more to the Halloween season than just our home haunts. Yeah, I know, that's a hard concept to grasp for some of us, but it is true. So let's talk about some of that awesome Halloween season goodness right here, right now. So if we're going to talk about Halloween fun, then we have to talk about Halloween parties. Hosting a Halloween party is what got me into Halloween in the first place. My birthday is only 3 days before Halloween, so I always kind of combine my birthday party with my Halloween party. Now, I don't host Halloween parties anymore. I pretty much just focus on my home haunt, but I do have quite a few years under my belt for throwing great Halloween parties. And over those years, I've learned some good tips and would like to share some of those with you here. So this is my top 5 tips for throwing a kick-ass Halloween party of your own. Number 5, Halloween decorations. Well, this is kind of a no-brainer, but decorations are the key to setting the mood for a great Halloween party. Now, I classify Halloween party decorating into 3 different categories. You got your Party City style, where you just go to your local Party City and buy everything there is in their Halloween party aisle and set that up. This is great if it's your first year throwing a Halloween party or you just don't feel like taking the time to make your own decorations. But all in all, you can create a fun atmosphere this way that your guests will really enjoy. Plus, when it's all over, you can just throw all the crap out and buy new next year. Next, you got your Martha Stewart style, or what some might call, I want my Halloween party to look like a magazine cover. This is good for the crafty Halloween folks that like a more elegant party and have no problem taking a couple weeks to make their own decorations. Most of these decorations are cheap to buy and are fun to make and are a great conversation piece for their party guests. The third style is the full-blown haunted house style, where you basically have a home haunt on the inside of your house. You have the blood, the guts, the corpse skeletons, the coffins, basically everything you would have on the outside for your home haunt, but on the inside for your Halloween party. When I was throwing parties, this is how I set up my house. My home haunt was on the inside, and man, were my guests amazed at what my house looked like. So if you haven't chosen a style yet, I would definitely recommend going with the haunted house style. But it doesn't even matter. Whichever way your style is, it's all good as long as it has to do with Halloween and you love the way it looks in the end. Number 4 are your costumes. This is a must. Everybody has to come in costume, and I do mean everyone. The biggest party poopers are the ones that aren't in costume. So if they can't get the sticks out of their asses for one single night, then they shouldn't be at your party anyway. Seriously, guests that don't come in costumes are a drag, and the last thing you want is someone bringing down the mood of your party. So insist on everybody having to be in some kind of a costume. Even if it's one of those stupid t-shirts that says, "This is my Halloween costume," at least it has something to do with Halloween. Also, a good idea is to have backup cheap costumes on hand that you can give to those guests that just don't listen to your rules and show up with their street clothes on. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm here. I brought beer.
You should have brought a costume. All right, hold on. I got you.
I really don't feel comfortable in this.
But you look so good. Okay, try this. You feel better now? Number 3, music and television. Good music and television can make or break a Halloween party. And I know what you're thinking. Television? Why would you want people watching TV at a party? Well, let me get to that in a minute. First, let's talk about music. I always found a good mix of Halloween party songs, horror movie soundtracks, and popular up-to-date music is the best range for any Halloween party. Halloween party music like Monster Mash, Dead Man's Party, and Marilyn Manson's This Is Halloween are always fun to hear. The horror movie soundtracks from movies like Halloween, Psycho, and Nightmare on Elm Street will bring people back into their favorite horror movies, keeping the Halloween mood going good. And then having a mix of newer popular songs that you hear every day on the radio will keep your guests from getting burnt out on just Halloween themed music, which really easily happens when your guests are there for a couple of hours and all they hear is Midnight Syndicate playing in the background. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Midnight Syndicate, but 6 hours can be a little bit much of any one type of music. Now, as for the television, I always had different TVs throughout the house playing different horror movies. It gives the party some ambiance and keeps the easily bored people interested. Trust me, that this really does work. Most of my guests would stop by and watch for a couple minutes here and there, maybe stopping at the good parts, but then go right back to the party and continue to have fun. Number 2, games and activities. Having corny, easy-to-play Halloween games at your party is always fun. Simple games like Guess How Many Eyes Are in This Jar, horror movie trivia, or strip poker are great games for any Halloween party. And yes, I said strip poker. It's a fun game. You know what I'm talking about. It's fun. Also, have a costume contest, maybe a 50-50 raffle, or if you're having alcohol at your party, remember anything can be turned into a drinking game. There are a million Halloween party activities out there. Pick a couple and have fun. Just remember, keep the games on the simpler side. The simpler the game is, the more people who will want to play it. And the number 1 tip for a great Halloween party is food and drinks. Sucky food and sucky drinks makes for a sucky ass party. You have to have a good spread if you want your guests to have a good time. Drinks come in many forms, with or without alcohol. I don't know if you know this, but not everyone likes to drink or get drunk. Yeah, I know that's another hard one to believe, but it is true. Not me personally. Get me a beer and I'm good to go to any party. But yes, make sure you serve both alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. Some of my favorite alcoholic drinks are the Black Magic cocktails, Pumpkin Spice Punch, and Witch's Brew shots. If made right, those are really fucking good. And of course, any seasonal fall beer will work perfect too, so don't forget to pick yourself up a case or so. For people that don't drink, or maybe for the kids, the easiest drinks I have found to make are to take regular fruit punches, iced teas, and sodas, and maybe dress up their bottles, or put them in a crazy container, or just get a cool punch bowl. Something Halloween themed will work perfectly. As for the food, try to make some different Halloween themed offerings like mummy hot dogs, puking pumpkin dips, and finger sandwiches. The point here is the food has to look as good as it tastes, and vice versa. I mean, you could just throw out a couple pizzas on a table and have a cooler full of beer and soda, but come on, this is Halloween. You gotta do it right. So there is my list. Decorate to set the mood, make your guests wear costumes, have good music and television playing, have a bunch of easy, fun activities to do, and have some awesome food and drinks on hand. You do those 5 simple things and you're guaranteed an awesome Halloween party. Now, another thing I always look forward to doing during the Halloween season is going to professional haunted houses. I try my best to go to as many pro haunts as I possibly can, starting from the end of September, going all the way through to the beginning of November. Over the years, I think I've pretty much been to every single haunted house, or haunted farm for that matter, that we have here in Jersey. One year, I think I did like 12 haunted houses. My wife and I were hitting like 1 to 3 haunts a weekend. Talk about having a ton of fun. It was a lot of money, but a lot of fun. Now, I know not everyone has haunted houses close to them, but I bet if you look online, you can find a good haunt within some driving distance that is worth your time and worth your money. A good way to find a haunt near you is to either search a dedicated haunt site like hauntworld.com, or just do a simple Google search for something like haunted houses near me or haunted houses in whatever state you live in. I like to do a search every year anyway, just to see if any new haunts have opened up, or if any older haunts have closed down. Which sadly, in most cases, is the latter. It seems like every year we lose another awesome haunted house, but that's even more of a reason why you really need to go out and support your local haunts. But like I said, you should be able to find a haunt within a reasonable distance from you. You might have to really, search one out and be willing to drive a bit out of your way. But shit, I've driven at least 4 hours to walk through a 20-minute haunt, and then I've driven right back home from there. Now that's, pure haunt dedication. But, in the end, I thought it was all worth it. And speaking of worth, I know going to haunted houses can cost a small fortune these days. General ticket prices are ranging between $20 to $30 for a single haunt. So a family of 4 going to a haunted house can cost you a pretty penny. And we're not even talking places with multiple haunts or getting VIP passes to help out with the long lines. And then you add in the cost of gas, food, and treats, and all the souvenirs. Holy shit, forget about paying your mortgage this month. The family is going to a haunted house. So yes, picking the right haunted house to spend that money of yours on is definitely something you're going to want to research to make sure, you get your dollar's worth and it's the right haunt for you. I just got back from a haunt myself a couple days ago. The entire Dead with Dave crew and myself went to the Haunted ScareHouse, an awesome haunted house in Wharton, New Jersey. This place has everything you would want in a haunted house. Huge sets, fully detailed scenes, great actors, awesome animatronics, and some of the best lifelike static props I've ever seen. This was my second year going to this particular haunt. I was there last year and they made some real noticeable improvements this year. It's always good when a haunt switches things up and switches them up in a big way. It makes going year after year, more worth it. The Haunted ScareHouse has 3 attractions in it. They have the House of Nightmares, which is about a 20, maybe 25-minute walkthrough. Then you go up to the second floor where they have the attic, which is my favorite part of this entire haunt. It's just awesome up there. The detail is insane. I wish I could just hang out up there the whole entire night. It's just amazing to be up in that attic scene. It looks like you're in an attic, basically. I wish I had pictures to show you, but I don't have much. I wasn't allowed to take pictures while there. But it's really cool. Then they also just put in 4 escape rooms where they lock you and your friends in a room and you have to figure out clues and solve puzzles. And you got to find the key, which will unlock the door so you can get back out of the room. That, I have to admit, was a lot of fun. It's my first time ever doing one, and it was a lot of fun. We were in the playroom. They also have a kitchen, a bedroom, and a den. But so much fun. It was very hard. We didn't figure it out in time. We tried. Boy, did we try. But we couldn't get the job done. But if you do figure it out, and you get all the clues, and you get the key, you do win a prize. I'm not really sure what the prize is because, of course, we didn't get out of the room. But I think it's a free dinner at a local restaurant. But that's pretty cool, right? But I did have a great time. And from what the Dead with Dave crew has told me, they had a great time also. As usual, though, having the entire Dead with Dave crew together for this really put the entire event over the top. We're like a bunch of kids running around when we get together. It's insane. But anyways, ScareHouse was the official start of my haunted house season, and what a great start it was. I have so many more haunts I plan to hit this year. I want to do Penhurst, Pantophobia, Gravity Hill, and of course I want to get over to Fright Fest, Great Adventure too. So many haunts to do, not enough time to do it or the money to do it, but I'm going to try my best. So make sure you get out there, go to a haunted house. It's so worth it, and if you're in the New Jersey area, definitely check out the Haunted ScareHouse. So much fun. So we talked about Halloween parties, we talked about pro haunts. Now let's talk about all the other not so scary things to do during this awesome time of year. Like pumpkin picking, apple picking, hay rides, corn mazes, and eating and drinking everything pumpkin flavored in the entire fucking world, even if you hate pumpkin flavor. This is the only time of year we can do these things, so you have to make sure to set aside that precious time away from building your haunts so you can get out there and do them. If you have a home haunt, you know this time of year can be very stressful. You're trying to finish up those last minute props. You're trying to get your cemetery stones to stand up and stay in the right place. You're trying to figure out why your zombie groundbreaker ain't working, even though it was just working yesterday and you didn't change a goddamn thing about it. Yeah. This time of year really starts to take a toll on all of us. But one of my favorite ways to relieve that stress is to take my family to a local farm here in Jersey. While there, we hop on a hayride and enjoy a nice, relaxing cruise around their farm. As the driver, who doesn't speak a word of English and probably doesn't even have a driver's license, takes us to their beautiful pumpkin patch, where we try to pick 2 of the very best pumpkins we can possibly find. It's just a good way to take a step back, clear my head, and have a ton of fun. The farm we usually go to is called Casola Farms, and what's great about them is that they are very pet friendly, so we're able to bring our pups with us. My one dog, Max, he's been going there for about 5 years now, so he knows what's going on. But my newer dog, Dozer, well, this was his first year, and he was trying to figure out what was happening. If you're an animal lover like I am, seeing them run around through the pumpkins is so funny. But Dozer, he had no clue what was going on and was acting like, what the fuck are these big orange things? It was really funny, but it was so much fun to see them there. But seriously, if you're gonna get all stressed out, stop what you're doing and go on a hayride. Pick some pumpkins, drink some pumpkin flavored shit, and shove an apple cider donut in your mouth. It's an antidepressant for the home haunter. Now, I know I'm lucky enough to live in a state where farms are only 20 minutes away. But if you live in a state where farms are hard to come by, try to find the fake pumpkin patches where they just ship the pumpkins in and you pick out of a pile. The farm I was just talking about is kind of like this. It's an ornamental tree farm during the normal seasons, but when Halloween rolls around, they switch it over to a fake pumpkin patch and bring out the pony rides and load the store with, Halloween stuff. So don't worry if you don't have a so-called, real pumpkin farm. The fake ones work just as good if you can find one, but I'm sure you can. Just get out there and look for one. It helps clear the mind. And during the build season, sometimes you just need that. Well, I'm going to end the Dead with Dave Halloween special with some scare footage from my haunt last year. Last year was a really good year, and I had my camera running the whole time, so I got some pretty good scare footage for the first time ever. I usually forget to set up my scare cam, but last year I was on top of it, so we got some good footage. But what better way to close the show than to watch a bunch of kids and their parents screaming their fucking heads off. But before I do go, I want to thank you all for watching. You guys are the only reason I do this show, and I want you to know how important each and every one of you are to me. I consider you all friends, and knowing that I have so many friends that care enough to spend 20 minutes to a half hour of your own personal time with me to talk about something as awesome as Halloween, well, that's just amazing. So a huge thank you for watching, and a huge thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, please click the little button down below. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Don't forget to go over to my website, pandemichauntproduction.com, for more Halloween and haunt-related things. As most of you know, I just released my new video effects called The Pandemic Poltergeist. I got a lot of great feedback so far, and since you guys give me so much love and so much support, every single one of you can download the static ghost version right now for free. All you gotta do is go to my video effects store page. There is a link down below to it. Just click on it and you will be there for an instant download. If you do want all 10 versions that come in the set, it only costs you $5. That's $5 for all 10 versions. So that's a pretty good deal, I think. And of course, all 10 versions are included in the Pandemic Members Only section, so you guys can go download it right now. Check it out. At least download the free one. I mean, shit, it's free. You actually have nothing to lose. So go download it and use it. Okay, that's it. I hope you all have a great Halloween. Don't forget to take a step back from building your haunts and get out there and enjoy what the Halloween season has to offer. I love you all. Enjoy this little clip from Pandemic Cemetery scaring the shit out of people. Good night and happy Halloween.
Some people say pneumatics aren't scary. Some people say pneumatics are only good for one thing: to be a distraction until an actor gives the real scare. Well, I only have one thing to say to that. Bullshit.
The doctor is filled with wisdom. Or what he would say was performing his experiments.
Against a drop, I never let a test subject go. And yes, some might say pneumatics can break. You see, no matter how hard they try, I never let a test subject go.
Yes, that's going to be all for the tour today. Can you please all exit the same way you came in? Thank you. Oh!
Even so, a true haunter always gets the scare.